What's up, guys? Holyknight Atlas is with you, bringing you Dr. Stone's Chapter 60 review. This chapter was very, very interesting. As you can see in the thumbnail, the plot for this has twisted a lot. But before I get to that part, let's go start in the beginning. In the beginning, we had Chrome and Senku, mainly Senku, the main character, but we had him in the beginning talking about the disc, explaining it, how it works. And a lot of y'all are probably young who's into this, so you probably don't know about record players, but for those who are old enough, they know what record players are. They are very old instrument players. They were before CD players, so yeah, that's a good couple years back. But yeah, he explained the B story to the princess and the metaphors and stuff and what it meant. And you see them working later on making a needle in the player to play the CD they found last chapter. And it's interesting to me because I believe it was I was reading this in manga stream, and in page 7 you had a dual panel, and in the first panel you had a workshop with Senku's dad in one corner. Across from him was some lady working on like a block of wood. Then you had that other guy with the blonde hair on the side, and you had a blonde chick walk into the room. And then in the second half of that panel, you see like a future up to date with it. And you see where it looks as it's the same room, but the characters are different. Instead of Senku's dad, it was him there. When the blonde chick walked in, instead of her walking in, it was Chrome. And instead of the guy with the blonde hair and the other chick that was working on a wheel on the corner, they were substituted for Genro and the old man who was always busting his clothes. I think his name's Kasaki, something like that. But I was like, oh wow. So basically, in my opinion, that was like their ancestors. Cause even though Chrome and his dad are not related by blood, that was his adopted father. So you have to imagine that since they did that little image there, that the other 3 people have to be related to these 3. Maybe great-grandparents or greater. But that was a very interesting chapter to see. And again, I can't stress it enough. The comedy with the science in this chapter was just hilarious. Like, the way they mixed it together was just... it was good. And seeing that Chrome's dad, not Chrome, but Senku's dad's, one of his friends, says, hey, we have no use for this wedding ring. Use the diamond as a pen needle. Because, you need the record players, the way they play the records is you put the CD on the record and the needle will bounce on it where it spins. So back in the day, they had to use that diamond ring to make the needle. Well, today, Senku and his group, they had used a rock. So pretty interesting to see the correlations and how they bringing up not just future things that we use, like phones and speakers, but they also are telling us about old things that a lot of younger people probably won't know about. I know a lot of people be like, what's a CD recorder? Because we don't really have them like that now. We got recorders, but not like, like old time like that. So, but that was interesting to see that. Seeing how everything worked out and hearing everyone freaked out when they played the song, the laughter, because Senku's dad was like all this like sentimental stuff in the beginning, but then he just bust out laughing saying, oh, you're not about this, you don't care, so let me get straight to the point. And everybody's like laughing, like not laughing, but a lot of people are like in shock that he did that. But we know Senku and his dad, they not like that, they scientists. So Senku's a scientist, his dad's an astronaut, but you need a little bit of science to be an astronaut, so it makes sense putting them in that category. But seeing that was awesome. And now that we got this recorder done and they heard the song and they're all ready up now to fight Shishio group, it's like, can they really win with just a cell phone and a recorder? So, but what really got me interested was the ending. Something to do with sound. We've seen Jiro, not Jiro, but the other character, I always forget his name. I'm bad with names. The guy who was in Shishio's group, but now he's in this group. The one who loves cola. We see him. He says something about sounds, and then he stops and he has like this shocked face. Then in the next chapter, it's nighttime, and we see Senku looking up at the stars, and he says, "Come in. I know you're there." And we see this guy there, and this one he brings up, "What are you plotting? You know we can't win with these two equipments." And they ain't really specify much, but what I caught on from reading in between the lines is, you gotta really think about it. Shishio is extremely powerful, like physically, and he's not dumb either. He's pretty smart. I mean, this is a man who took on a lion. So, I mean, and he has a whole bunch of people that are like super physically powerful and built. And they are going to attack after winter, so they have some time to prepare. So, I mean, when you think about it logically, this little small village, which is not that many fighters in there, compared to a whole village of fighters and strong people, it seems like a blowout. So, like, you have to have something really powerful to win this and turn the tides. So, what I'm thinking is, since they have cell phones, they got the recorder now, all they need is an amplifier. Maybe the way they're gonna win is sound. Instead of they made a joke earlier that maybe if we play that pretty music that we heard in the CD, they'd probably be peaceful and won't attack us. I think what Senku's gonna do is, he is gonna use that CD player, record player, but he's not gonna use it to play the beautiful song that was heard. I believe he's gonna combine that with the cell phones and probably make an amplifier and make some type of sound wave. Because here are my theory. No matter how powerful you are, a powerful enough sound wave can damage your ears. And that hurts very badly. And it's very hard to fight when you're in that condition. You can even get sometimes knocked out. Even worse. Bleed to death if your eardrums pops. So maybe he's going to make some type of noise wave to damage all of Shishio's people. And then after that, it'd be easy picking. Not to mention, they already have 2 spies in his camp, so... And we never know who they've recruited. So... But yeah, tell me your thoughts and opinions and theories in the comments below. Please comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Holyknight.